I like sports. I've always liked sports. I've always been pretty good at sports, you know? Got good hand-eye coordination. You know, I've got good commitment when it comes... If I'm excited about something, generally speaking, I end up being pretty okay about it, you know? I prefer the American type sports, more of extreme type sports, like the basketballs. I mean, our version of basketball is netball, right? Our version of baseball is rounders. Yeah. Our version of hockey is cricket. And cricket is the most boring game that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Now, playing it is a different story. I'm not even into football or soccer for you Americans, okay? In fact, I used to play American football, so I love all the American sports. There's nothing against British sports. I prefer a bit more of the fast, like, hype about it all. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so there's this new type of sport. And I say it's new because it is new, right? In comparison to most sports, this is pretty new, right? This is called power slapping. This has got to be one of the most ridiculous things I have ever seen. When I first saw this coming out, I was like, well, this is going to be banned. If your kid came up to you and said, Dad, I want to be a power slapper. Right, get to your room, tidy your room, and shut the F up and give me a PlayStation now. Right? And have a think about what you just said. A little bit of backstory. So the person who runs this or owns this is Dana White, right? He's the CEO of the UFC. Now, a lot of people don't like Dana White. A lot of people like him. Is it Dana White? Dana White? I'm going to say Dana. I thought it was Dana. I hear people saying Dana. But I would imagine Dana should be D-A-I-N-A, right? But it's Dana. Whatever. You can correct me in the comments. A lot of people like him. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people that don't like him is usually because of how he pays his fighters. He pays his fighters tuppence. Okay? Very minimal in comparison to a lot of sportsmen out there. Okay? Now, this power slapping... In fact, I'm going to show you power slapping just so you know, so we're on the same wavelength, okay? So that was a clip that went viral, okay? And he's talking about he's got the heart and the soul to carry... No. It's just, he's got the stupidity to carry on. Can you believe that he won that fight? Huh? Imagine going home to the missus and seeing your face out here. And you're like, you should have seen the other guy. Like, come on, man. Like, how stupid. Right, I'm going to tell you how much these guys get paid. And you won't believe it. But I want to show you the other clip that I saw yesterday, which totally shocked me. That shocked me. Okay, when I first saw it a couple of years ago. All right, but this, mate, this slap just puts it all in perspective.
Oh, fucking shit.
Okay. That was arguably the hardest hit we've ever had.
100%. Not arguably.
Oh, my God. I remember when UFC came out, right? And I thought to myself, this shit's going to be banned. But that shit's one of the biggest fighting pay-per-views ever now. Like, you know, there's so many people that watch UFC on top of boxing, okay? So, I mean, remember back in the day, there was word about banning boxing? And then UFC came out, and they were talking about banning UFC. And now power slapping comes out. He got slapped that hard, his right ear ended up being on his left ear. His right eye was on his left eye. It's the biggest Will Smith slap that I've ever seen, okay? It's the slap that was heard across the world. It's the slap that turns you from male to female, right? It's the slap that makes you remember what happened tomorrow. This power slapping is already worth $450 million. It's It's $450 million. Do you know how much he pays these guys? $2,000. And these are people that train. Like, I don't even know if do they train? Can you remember when there was this thing that people used to go down the street and find poor unfortunate souls like these homeless people and pay them stupid money, like little tuppence, to get, I don't know, tramp written on their head or twat written on their head or something. Tattooed on their head, and they would give them money. And then obviously the YouTuber or whatever would make loads of money because of it. You know, just exploiting these people. This is like that. It's like, is it people that just don't have money and need to get a quick buck and they go and do something ridiculous like this? But I don't think so, because these people are sponsored in that. The damage on the brain must be absolutely... I don't understand what the world is coming to now. They're all going to look back at this period of time and say to themselves, I wish I never did that. Right? If they can still think come the end of it, because this has got to be a short career. To be repeatedly smashed over the head. Even the girls are doing it, mate. Check out these girls.
Pulling off and slapping each other hard.
I don't know what else to say. Like, what is going on? Don't get me wrong. It's entertaining to see. And I'm probably part of the problem. Because I watch this shit. I don't go out my way and watch it, but I'm intrigued. When I see it going on my feed or something like that, or on the news or on Twitter, I'll probably watch it 2 or 3 times, because it's like, holy shit. It's a shock factor. That's why you watch it, right? It's a big shock factor. How many professional boxers are out there that have, you know, that trained all their life to be in the boxing ring, okay? They're trained to defend themselves, and they end up, and they get in hit, and they're used to getting hit, and some of them end up dying or in a wheelchair afterwards. It's happened so many times. It's terrible to even imagine. And this, when you're not even, like, you can't prepare your brain for this. Yeah, you can prepare your neck, your shoulders, and toughen up, and your jaw, and your teeth. But mate, your brain is literally becoming mush. It's mush. Every single slap, bang, that brain is being... I would love to listen. What does a doctor say about this stuff?
Neurologist Dr. Gayatri Divi tells Inside Edition slap fighting could cause brain damage.
Man, he hits the deck.
Yes, that is, for me, a concussion. That's the brain being jarred inside the skull. You could die from this, potentially.
You could die from one of these shots?
Potentially, yes.
I'm not making this video because I think that they shouldn't do it and the sport should be banned. I'm not saying that because they're fully grown men. They want to do it, right? They want to get the money for doing it, and they think it's a good sport, and they think that they're good at it. Fair shout, mate. I'm just saying, me personally, I can't understand how anybody would want to put their brain through that. Like, I just can't see it. I don't understand. Please explain to me. I don't see any skill involved. I don't see any, I don't know how you could be proud of that. You're proud that you didn't get knocked out when you got slapped, or you're proud that you can knock somebody out with a slap. I mean, I think, what is it? How much pounds of pressure does a jaw need to knock somebody out? I know it depends, but roughly. I can't find it. But Prince Nazim, one of the greatest fighters of all time, says it takes 3.5 pounds of pressure to knock somebody out. Okay? So it ain't much, right? It ain't much at all. So a lot of people could do that. So it's not like, I don't know, man. I don't even know why I'm making this video. I just saw that and I just like, I've got to tell you about this, mate, because this is absolutely crazy. Anyway, I thought I'd let you know about that one. Power slapping. What do you think? A good thing or a bad thing? Let me know in the comments. Take care. Bye-bye.